down, get off of your feet. Take you home with me, put you in my house. Boom, boom, boom. Imus in the morning. Giddy up. Imus in the morning. Take the morning time. Take the morning time. Take the morning time. Imus in the morning.
Station 4, New York Jets football.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
And a good morning, everybody. Russ Salzberg with you here, along with Steve Summers, the sweater and the schmoozer on this Thursday morning, the 17th day of August, 1995. The number, as always, is 718-937-6666. We're here until 1 o'clock, at which time Mike, without the Mad Dog, will take over, because Doggy Poo is on vacation. With the wife. Isla. Anyway, that's the wrap.
Honey, I'm home. Thanks
That's
to
a wrap
Don
for
K.
today. And Rock Newman and everybody else. Until tomorrow, it's bye-bye, so long, and farewell.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN.
Hoops. With 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station of New York Mets baseball.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66, WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em. Turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog, WFAN.
All right, 106. As we convene the Mike and the Mad Dog program with the dogs somewhere in the south of France. A scene at a rich man, poor man. In the back of some little yacht. And I will take you through the afternoon. I need a little help from you guys today because I have the worst cold. I'm telling you, my throat. I don't know if I never had allergies in my life. I must be getting them in my old age. Because I just woke up with this morning, boy, and I feel awful. But you know what? We'll get you through the afternoon with slogan of Newsday about Tyson when we return.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Here now on the I-line at 1-800-370-IMUS. Howard Stern. Good morning, Howard.
Yeah, I noticed, Howard.
I know that.
What a show today. That's why you're in the Radio Hall of Fame. So you're on in Memphis today, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Really expanding that fan base, aren't you? Going for that grassroots support. Goober and Gomer having you on down at the filling station. All those tour buses over at Graceland filled with fat housewives in polyester pantsuits, holding Instamatics. You'll be number one in Memphis in a week. Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning. Hey, when you gonna have Banana Queenland on again? Yeah, they're gonna love you. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
If you divorce your wife in Tennessee, is she still your sister?
Imus in the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports. Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Paul Olden, Mickey Mouse.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Most people... Dare I mention the name Lamb Jones? Let's hope not. 718-937-6666. John Minko next with the update. And then Ed Coleman on Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN.
73 degrees. Skies are sunny at this hour, and that's what's happening. This is John Minko with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, The Fan, WFAN, New York.
Well, good morning to you, and how you be at 10:04 and 42 seconds on a Saturday morning on the Fan, New York City. Steve Summers here, and you there. Michael Hayes and Sweeney Murchie on the other side of the glass. 718-937-6666. That's the number to call as we begin a Saturday morning schmooze. Until 2 o'clock, right here and now, on the Fan, New York City. You know, I remember it's a call, and of course it takes two to tango. We'll talk more about it on the other side of noon. Samantha Ryan coming up with the update on the Fan, New York. 105, Ferdy Pacheco, the fight doctor. He'll be doing the fight tonight for Showtime. I hope he's not getting paid by the hour. He'll be working with Steve Albert and a host of guys for Showtime on the fight tonight. Tyson versus McNeely in that city of Lost Wages, Nevada. But now at 12:58, 42nd Saturday afternoon, we'll take a break for the update. Samantha Ryan will be around for the 2020 on the Fan, New York.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
That's what's happening. I'm Samantha Ryan with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN, New York.
Well, good afternoon to you, and how you be at 105, 55 seconds, Saturday afternoon on the Fan, New York City. Steve Summers here, and you there. Joan Chin and Sweeney Murty on the other side of the glass, 718-937-6666 is the number to call as we continue with a Saturday afternoon schmooze until 2 o'clock right here on your Fan, New York City. And right.
Very cool. You know, I mean, he basically said, Mickey was a great player, and, we all knew that he was going to be a great player after he got sent down and came back up. But it was very cold. Listen, I'm not saying there wasn't a love lost there. The relationship, I think, was a little bit strained. Guy was coming to replace him, even though he was leaving. 5 o'clock on the Fan. Coleman and Daughtry here, and Samantha Ryan up.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Samantha Ryan.
Anyway, our thanks today to Havana Holyfield, Mills Lane, Teddy Atlas, Ferdy Pacheco, Scazzeri and Hughes across the way, Minko Townsend with the updates, and you, the fans, until tomorrow. Bye-bye, so long, and farewell.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Listen for New York Jets football.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Sports Radio 66. WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. It's Mike and the Mad Dog on the Fan. Nothing can get by 'em. Turn it on and try 'em. Mike and the Mad Dog. WFAN.
104 on what is a beautiful 90-degree sunny summer day. Tough day to come inside, I'll tell you. You know, these days it's dwindling to a few. As we convene the Mike and the Mad Dog program for this August 21st, another week without the dog. As the dog continues his trek through Europe. Yeah, 2 weeks in Europe. What do you think he's learning? All right, so we'll talk a little bit about this fight. I didn't work on Sunday this week. Eddie filled in for me, so...
I'm Mr. Morning here.
Well, I heard you talking about that Meatloaf album, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And that Meatloaf tricked me into that.
Oh, he did?
For a year? No. But anyway, he said, okay, meet me at the studio. We go to the studio. So I do this thing, and I kept saying, why is every play a close play? What is going on? Hey, here we go. We got a real pressure cooker going here. Down, nobody on, no score, bottom of the ninth. There's the windup, and there it is, a line shot up the middle. Look at him go. This boy can really fly. He's rounding first and really turning it on now. He's not letting up at all. He's going to drive to second. The ball is bobbled out center, and here comes the throw, and what a throw. He's going to slide in head first. Here he comes. He's out. No, wait, safe at second base. This kid really makes things happen out there. Batter steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and he's going, and what a jump he's got. He tries the third. Here's the throw. It's in the dirt. finally got what he was due at. I can't believe it. You should have seen the mail I got from the priests and the nuns and the school teachers and the mothers. And... Oh, Jesus.
Imus in the morning. Imus in the morning.
She goes to state dinners with her lesbian friends. Makes big investments with high dividends. Forgets to pay taxes, but then makes amends. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She won't do housework, 'cause it makes her sick. Doesn't bake cookies like the rest of the chicks. The ace in her hole is a willy that's slick. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She likes the way Christophe does her hair. National health care. She's rich, a bitch. Executive privilege is what makes her deaf. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She always takes top when she fornicates. Gets really cranky when she menstruates. Prefers to stand up when she urinates. That's 'cause the First Lady is a tramp. She's sophisticated and so very well read. Doesn't care for the ballet. Likes pro wrestling instead. She made Vince Foster shoot himself in the head. That's why the First Lady is a tramp. She likes the way that effeminate Christophe does her hair. National health care. She's rich. Oh, what a bitch. Executive privilege is what makes her damp. That's why the First Lady. That is why the First Lady. That's why Miss Hillary is a tramp.
This is the Imus in the Morning program, WFAN New York. Right now.
Good morning. 2020 Sports.
Whoa, whoa.
It's
whoa, whoa.
The Knicks wow Clyde and the fans. Good morning. This is Mike Gray with sports. Clyde Frazier with the animated reaction to the Knicks pummeling of the Pacers last night at the Garden. Pummeling the Pacers and Reggie Miller, who missed 7 of 10 shots and scored just 10 points. Miller talked about his performance.
Oh, I didn't play well.
The likable Miller being candid with the media.
Reggie Miller played like Phyllis Diller. Whoa! Nice ad-lib, Clyde. Yeah, well, not like Phyllis Reed, more like Dollar Reed. Oh! So the producer of the Imus in the Morning program, National Edition, is Bernard McGurk, who is a native New Yorker and hates the New York Knickerbockers.
That is correct.
Why do you hate them?
I don't know, it evolved over the years. I used to love them. When Marv called the game,
Right.
and the last 5 years or so, all this BS hype, and we are the New York Knicks, and all of this crap.
Yeah.
And there's sullen people like uncharismatic, what's his name, Ewing?
Yeah.
He makes me sick. They all make me sick.
Have you ever met any of them?
Sure, I've met, actually sat down at a table once with John Starks and a couple of the others.
Did you get in his face?
Hell no.
Well, what happened when Bernard...
They're all mutants.
Well, yeah, but
What, am I going to fist fight with these clowns?
wasn't Starks nice to you when you met him?
Yeah, he said hello. I mean, he didn't punch me in the mouth or anything.
No, because why? Because you didn't say anything.
What am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say what you say
Supposed
here.
to mix it up.
You're supposed to get in his face.
Yo, what up, John, man? You suck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
going to
you're
throw down with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Right outside.
Say you self-absorbed dork.
Idiot.
Hello, Mr. Starks. Very nice to meet you. Were you there, Brain?
Actually, I was there.
You introduced him, right?
Yeah, is that the way it kind of went? What did Bernard do?
Oh, hi, Mr. Starks. How are you? Really nice to meet you. Good luck in the season.
You're a great player.
Great game. That was a great shot you took.
That's what you said? That was a great shot you took?
No, I didn't say.
Oh, you,
Can I
yeah.
buy you some malt liquor, Mr. Starks, please? I really like the way you play.
Oh, God, this is really weak. Baseball action tonight. Mets lose to the Atlanta Braves at Shea 3-2. Manager Dallas Green hates those one-run defeats.
You look at most of the close losses that we've had, you can really trace it right back to 3 or 4 instances where we don't pay attention to what we're doing.
Many of the Mets watching the Knicks game, much like you and your comments. I mean, is anybody more unfocused and trace it right back? Have another wrangle with Ralph. Trace it back to it. Man, not happening. If you're in Albuquerque,
But I love to hold you in my arms. You're my key and like you do. Oh, let's give for a long, long while. You know I love you, honey child. Kindness in the morning.
Looking at the mine, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip. And everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John. Big John. Big John. Big bad.
Kindness in the morning.
when I first saw it,
In the morning,
Bernard said, Blind Tony's on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Tony,
Hello, Miss Fireman. How are you?
are you blind?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, okay. We talked before, haven't we?
Yeah, won't look like.
Can we run a little faster? Said the leader to the pack. There's a buzz right behind us and he's breathing down our back. The cops are looking for us everywhere we go, waiting for our one wrong move, and into jail we go. We don't know nobody nothing, and we don't make no deals. We're swinging chips on motors, and we're gnat eaters on wheels.
kindness in the morning. Yourself
question about it. We'll come back with John Franco on the other side, so stay with us.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
I'm pleased.
He's cool.
Once I sniffed rubber cement while I listened to him do the sports, and I got all dizzy and passed out, and when I woke up, my mother's transistor radio was glued to my forehead.
Cool.
Somebody told me that when Bream was a kid, he stuck a bottle rocket up a frog's butt at a CYO basketball game.
That's cool.
And then he set it off during the national anthem.
And the rocket's red glare. Fire. Fire.
But he sure talks a lot about sweaty guys taking showers.
Yeah. What a mo.
If I were one of those radio sports dudes, I'd cover the Swedish women's swim team and ride on the bus and make them all give me Hummers.
Cut it out. You're giving me a Woodrow.
You getting a Woodrow over Mike Breen?
I am not.
What a hamster hamper. I bet you have rodents in your butt.
The exercise wheel makes too much noise.
Well, have you...
Linko.
Hello?
Hi, honey, we're on the air, so,
What are you doing?
thank you for the very nice dinner last night. You know what we had, Charles? Yeah, we had a baked potato. Yeah. It's steamed cabbage. What was that other stuff, honey?
Steamed cabbage and kale.
Now, did he put the potato in the front of his pants or the back of his pants?
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to I Miss in the Morning.
That and the dictum that suggested or that mandates that priests can't get married is holding up Father Tom because he and a bunch of other boys like to...
Oh, come on, you know,
well,
come on.
That's just ridiculous. I asked Father Tom on this program, wouldn't he like to be married? And he said his eyes rolled back up in his head like a couple of them pinballs up there at Foxwood, and he said, yes, I would.
You know what he'd like to be known as performing your last rites.
I Miss in the Morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Why in the...
I Miss in the Morning. Flashback.
All right, here now with comment and observation on headline issues of the day. I'm in Washington senior political analyst Richard M. Nixon.
Yes, and thank you very much, as always. Misanthrope in the morning.
Oh, thank you.
Just kidding, J.D.
Fine.
But I wanted to get in on all the frivolity around here. And based on our long association, I thought it would be much more accurate just to refer to you as a misanthrope. You know, a hater of all mankind.
Yes.
Rather than to try to more narrowly define you as a hater of any specific segment of mankind. Check?
Check.
So, anyway, Jew baiter. That was a great rendering of you on the back page of the Daily News the other day, right?
Well...
You look like you were melding. Not going to have to check you for steroid use anytime soon.
Well...
It reminded me of that infamous New York Magazine photograph of you floating in your swimming pool. Remember?
Yes.
The one that everybody thought was taken at the scene of a drowning accident because you looked like a stalk of blanched broccoli? Issue 1 today, Dono, is to try to get you to up the weight in the f***ing bench press, Atlas. Issue 2, voicemail adopted by the New York City Police Department.
Oh, great.
Difficult as that may be to believe.
Right.
You'll get a recording even if you're reporting an emergency condition.
Right.
I'm concerned about what that's going to mean. Press 1 to report a crime in progress.
Right.
If you're being murdered, press 2. If the weapon involved is a gun, press 3. A knife, press 4. If your hands are tied behind you and you're being strangled by a large Negro but can still reach the phone, slam your face into the dial pad and press 6 with your nose. Jesus, what's next? If there's a guy with an axe, send us a fax? Ridiculous. Anywho, say, did I mention that I'm working on a song parody for your show?
No.
It'll examine modern sexual mores and the period back there when they forced me to resign my presidency.
Yeah, right.
Something of a stretch, I'll admit. I call it Detachable Dickie, and it goes like this.
All right.
Detachable Dickie, dum-dum-dum, dum-dum-dum.
That'll be fine.
Well, that's all I've got so far, but then it is a work in progress.
All right.
A quick final item as time expires, Dono. At issue 3, Iron Mike becomes Iron Malik. Call me the cynic guy, man, but I'm having problems coming to grips with Mike Tyson's jailhouse conversion to the Muslim faith and adopting the name Malik Abdul Aziz. Of course, while I wish him well, based on his track record, I'm predicting the following. Malik Abdul Aziz gave a chick a squeeze, then embraced with aplomb the religion Islam, but still told her to get on her knees.
No.
Just one man's opinion, of course, J.D., but deeply significant, coming as it does from a former president of the United States. Detachable Dickie, dum-dum-dum, dum-dum-dum, detachable Dickie.
All the time. It's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time. drunk, and the next morning I can't, for the life of me, remember what I did with it. First I looked around my apartment and I couldn't find it, so I called up the place where the party was. They hadn't seen it either. I asked them to check the medicine cabinet, because for some reason I leave it there sometimes, but not this time. So I told them if it pops up to let me know. I called a few people who were at the party, but they were no help either. I was starting to get desperate. I really don't like being without my penis for too long. It makes me feel like less of a man, and I really hate having to sit down every time I take a leak. After a few hours of searching the house and calling everyone I could think of, I was starting to get very depressed, so I went to the Kiev and ate breakfast. Then as I walked down 2nd Avenue towards St. Mark's Place, where all those people sell used books and other junk on the street, I saw my penis lying on a blanket next to a broken toaster oven. Some guy was selling it. I had to buy it off him. He wanted $22, but I talked him down to 17. I took it home, washed it off, and put it back on. I was happy again. Complete. People sometimes tell me I should get it permanently attached, but I don't know. Even though sometimes it's a pain in the ass, I like having a detachable penis.
This morning, put my radio on, and my Imus was missing again. This happens all the time. He's detestable. He likes to yell and scream at people until they're ready to cry or kill themselves or seek counseling. This comes in handy a lot of the time, like when they threaten to take the local stations off the Connecticut cable, or when some larger-than-life public figure gets too big for his britches and then tries to suck up to the I-Man for retribution and gain back his popularity. I like that. I also like when he talks about how much juice he has, or how everybody's fat and not getting it done, and how sick he is all the time because all he ever does is run, lift weights, and eat broccoli, and how much the women's love him, and how he has nowhere to go on Thanksgiving. I called a few people to see if they knew where he went, but no luck. They weren't home, and they didn't have their answering machines on. And besides, I think they listened to WBAI instead. I was starting to get desperate. I really don't like being without my Imus for too long. It makes me feel a lot more relaxed and good about myself. And I really hate having to go through an entire day without someone telling me how fat and stupid I am. After a few hours of searching the house and calling everyone I could think of, I was starting to get very depressed, so I went to Casa Miguel to get a lip lock on a chimichanga. And right outside the restaurant, I saw my Imus lying on one of those mattresses from that place where you call and they'll deliver it right to your house 2 hours later. He was just sitting there in an Auto Body Express El Paso, Texas t-shirt next to a Vermont teddy bear and an empty bottle of Buckler. He made me buy the shirt off him. He wanted $22, but I got him down to $18.95, including shipping and handling. I took it home, washed it, and put it on. He said I looked fat and stupid in it. I was happy again. Complete. People sometimes tell me I'm a little too attached, but I don't know. Even though most times he's a pain in the ass, I kind of like that detestable Imus.
And I started to say, well, which is hardly that. Anyway, here's Mr. Greenfield. Good morning, Jeff.
You know, I know you're the hip happening dude, and I'm the square, but you mentioned the band was back together with Rick Danko.
Yeah.
Rick Danko killed himself a couple of years ago.
No, that was Richard Manuel, you moron.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Never mind.
It was Richard Manuel, you idiot.
Go back to your
Why don't you get out? Why don't you go back to Yale? You chipmunk-looking stooge. What an idiot.
That's right.
Get your facts right, you moron.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Yeah, and it was John F. Kennedy shot in Dallas, not Robert. God.
Let's set a truck on fire.
What's up, man? Why don't you go trying to blow up another truck?
Imus in the morning.
Does it seem as though your family's getting bigger?
Liberals are just like commies. You can't tell them apart. Think they're so progressive when they're all just big bleeding hearts. Tax the hard workers to give money to parasites that they never have to repay. Tell illegal aliens it's quite all right to be on welfare from cradle to grave. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Don't let them start programs for social reform. Be narrow-minded to those who don't conform. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Cause economy crunches with all their free lunches. They're giving the country away. Liberals like government handouts and hidden agendas. Yeah. Like dropping trow in hotel rooms with girls of the night. They all feel guilty because they are so privileged and want to give it all up to the hopelessly needy. So if you don't want your young kids being left out, see that they stay to the right. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. They love homos and Negroes and Hebrews and such. They rob from the rich, think that we have too much. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Cause economy crunches with all their free lunches. They're giving the country away. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Don't let them start programs for social reform. Be narrow-minded to those who don't conform. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Cause Bubba and Hillary are both prime examples, and they're giving our country away.
You know what's wrong with four-legged Fred? No, Fred. What is wrong with your dog? He's horny. You know, and then we have to be chastised by people like Carl Bernstein. Exactly. His dog's hornier than two dogs. Well, fine. We'll have to get him neutered. That's what they're recommending. But you know they have these sperm banks. If you ever wanted to have puppies by him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how they extract it. You know, he doesn't have any hands. You know, Jesus, God, why is this necessary? Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning. Do you have any of those penthouses? Please make it stop. I think that's up to the owner, Fred. Jesus, God, I think you have to light a couple of candles and warm up some dog food. Yeah. Say, come over here, four legs.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
If you want a better bond.
Complete. Imus in the morning.
Right first. I say good morning, Raj.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
How's your vagina? I heard you say you had one.
Yeah, well.
How's it working out?
It's fine.
Is it true what they say? Is there nothing worse than a yeast infection?
That'll be no.
Hey, be good to the farmers, man. We need them for food and stuff. Because without the farmer, we wouldn't have food and stuff. I need a car so I'm going to be a star, man. So that's why I went to Farm Aid.
Yeah.
That, and I thought I could cop some righteous weed. I'm thinking 40,000 farmers, just one of them may have a bumper crop. Hey, guess who just stopped smoking? Dave Koresh.
Who?
Dave Koresh.
That's stupid.
I figured it out, man, how I'm going to break into the music business. Stand-up comedy. Look at Eddie Murphy, man. How do you think he got a record deal?
Well,
By being a comedian first, see? If I'm a comedian and my first album really sucks, they don't think it's just a joke. Comedy's my life, man. Want to hear my act?
Yeah.
I'm doing topical material. You ready? Hey, guess what? They found Dave Koresh's body. You know how they knew it was his?
No.
It was wearing charcoal pants and a smoking jacket. Thank you. You're beautiful. Hey, two British Davidians walk into a bar and they never
Hey, how many Breads Davidians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Forget it. We'll just read by the fire. Boom. Hey, what do you get when you cross Waco, Texas, and San Andreas Fault, California?
I don't know.
Shake and bake. But seriously, folks, hey, how can you tell the FBI wasn't prepared for the standoff? Nobody brought marshmallows. But I want to tell you, hey, here's the Koresh knock-knock joke, all right? You start.
All right, knock, knock.
Go away. We ain't coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, Time Warner Entertainment presents week number 6 with Agent Bob Ricks at Six Flags over Waco. That's right. It's an old-fashioned Texas tension convention at Six Flags over Waco because Passover's over there. So what'll happen next? Will the feds go in or will Dave freak out as our Cult vs. Cop spring promotion just keeps on going? But whatever happens, you and your family can join the fun, mixing it up with Calamity Dave Koresh and the Jive 95 Davidians. Hey, got your serpentine evasive dash down? Think you can get by a little concertina wire? Then we challenge you to actually sneak into Six Flags over Waco. Winners get a free one-day all-area pass and automatic entry into Dave's Calamity Concubine Lottery. A chance for you to sleep with a freaked-out, brain-fried bimbo from Dave's very own stable of Able Mabels. New attractions are everywhere. Put the kids aboard the grenade flute. It's dynamite. Try your luck at Pin the Tail on the Landmine or play all-new Point Blank, the game that says the sucker zigged when he should have zagged. Now he's zipped in a body bag. It's great. So throw the whole family into the car and come on down to Six Flags over Waco. Everybody's going. Hey, New York Rangers, you just skated over your scrotums, blew the playoffs, and sealed your position as New York City's most enduring professional sports embarrassment. What are you going to do now?
We're going to disband, and then we're going to Six Flags over Waco, you hoser.
Six Flags over Waco is an enterprise of the French Davidians, Motel Gideons, Time Warner Entertainment, and Lockheed Advanced Weapon Systems. Warning, pregnant women and persons at risk for cardiac complications should not play Pin the Tail on the Landmine. Cult vs. Cops offer may expire without notice. Theme park patrons may expire without notice. Let's get it on.
Hi there. This is Wayne LaPierre, Executive Director of the National Rifle Association, and this is my AR-15, Marion. She's named for Marion Hammer, who next year will become the first woman president of our 124-year-old organization. We're here on behalf of the 3.5 million members of the NRA. Now, it's no secret that President Clinton has vigorously opposed our association of late, an ironic stand, we believe, in light of recent events at the White House. Let's face it, if there's anybody who needs a rifle, it's the president. We have a little joke at the NRA. I've been invited to the White House for dinner. Cover me. We've gotten quite a lot of negative publicity lately, and as such, I think it's necessary that America understands just exactly who we are and what we do. Now, first of all, we're not a bunch of inbred, six-pack swilling right-wing extremists stocking up on munitions, preparing for the inevitable fall of civilized society. The fact is, many of us don't even drink. Who are we then? Well, we're your next-door neighbors, your teachers, your co-workers, the kid down at the A&P who bags your groceries, the crossing guard at the corner, the sweet little old lady who plays the organ every Sunday at church. We're just like you, except we all happen to be heavily armed. We're not terrorists, radicals, or extremists. We're just hard-working, law-abiding, ordinary Americans who are never happier than when we have some docile woodland creature lined up in our crosshairs, its ultimate destiny is a headless, fine, pink, foam-covered carcass resting upon a simple twitch of our index fingers. We don't train for revolt. We train for safety. We believe that knowledge is of the utmost importance when dealing with any kind of lethal weapon. In fact, most of our funding goes toward education, safety seminars and training classes that teach important lessons like don't point a loaded gun at yourself or anybody you like. And, hey, be really careful with that thing. You could put somebody's eye out. We are about freedom. We are about rights. And isn't that what America is all about? The freedom to protect our families and property, and the right to draw a bead on any jackbooted thug who threatens to take that freedom away. Then ventilate his internal organs with a few hundred high-caliber, high-velocity, Teflon-jacketed, armor-piercing hollow points till his lifeless body whistles when the wind blows. Remember, guns don't kill people. Bullets kill people. Oh, sorry. Are you okay? Oh, jeez. Happiness is a
Arriba! Arriba! Here's a little dance I call the Mexican bailout. Don't applaud, just throw devalued pesos. A liberal papa. A liberal papa. Your left-wing jive makes me hopelessly nauseous. I get sick to my stomach the way you chase all those fine senoritas. Muy bonita your pita, but keep it in. Please keep it in there in your pants. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Bye, bye, ba, ba.
In the morning.
Again, that number, since we're talking about it, for those Mickey Mantle donor cards, 1-800-422-9567. Once again, 1-800-422-9567.
It's lunchtime on the Fan, New York City. Stick around.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Right after Summers in Salzburg today on the Fan, it's the Mets and Giants from Shea.
Be all that accessible to mass transit probably wouldn't make a big difference, would it? We'll come back and talk more about this after the update.
Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Imus in the Morning is the most entertaining morning show in America, period. Unfortunately, I work with people who insist on saying horrible things.
Why don't you shut up, you rubber chicken face buffoon? Okay, that was good. Can we do one more? I feel like
No, we can't do one more.
Oh, come on.
Shut up, get off the phone.
You were kind of stiff on that, man.
All right, here we go.
It was the first time you've been stiff in years.
What is this now? Mike?
Never mind, I love you. Would you do it one more time so I have two to choose from?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Imus in the Morning is the most entertaining morning show in America, period. Unfortunately, I work with people who insist on saying horrible things.
Why don't you shut up, you spackle-faced old retard?
No, I don't think spackle-faced retard is not what we're looking for here.
Perfect. God, Bernie's part is great. You just sound kind of flat.
Well, because this is stupid.
It is not stupid. Just read it. Or just do it.
Imus in the Morning is the most entertaining morning show in America, period. Unfortunately, I work with people who insist on saying horrible things.
Why don't you let some kid bungee jump off of that turkey neck of yours? Jerk.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Imus in the morning.
Maya Angelou.
How y'all doing?
Fine.
Okay, let's go. Sure they feed you, sure they feed you, sure they feed you. The blue-eyed Yankees. Only to degrade, oppress, and call you bangies. So that's why I do not care if it rains or freezes. Long as I get my check and free cheeses. I will survive. Hey, hey.
That will be fine.
Give me them cheese doodles over here. Damn it.
Then I wonder why I get brutalized in the press on that.
You bring it on yourself.
I don't care.
They gave you the job.
Hey, Papa, what are you doing?
Look at this, Beavis. William Bennett wants to run TV ads attacking Tom Warner for releasing gangster rap records.
Bill Bennett sucks. Gangster rap is cool. Word to your homies in the hood.
Come on, this is serious stuff, Beavis. On one hand, we have the sensitive issue of censorship in the arts. On the other, the impressionable youth of America.
I do impressions. Check it out. I can do you. Feel my pain. Feel my pain.
Pull your pants up, Beavis. Let me ask you something. Does rap music make you feel violent?
But somebody should kick it old school and bust a cap in that butt-munch Bennett's ass. What up, B? Blam, 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 blam.
It's not just violence. Bob Dole says rap perpetuates misogyny.
I listen to rap music all the time. It doesn't make me want to spank my monkey.
Not masturbation, Beavis. Misogyny. Women hating.
Women suck.
See, Beavis, this is an example of the connection between rap music and aberrant behavior.
I think women suck even when I'm not listening to rap music. Don't you think women suck,
Bubba?
Not me, Beavis. Well, at least never when you want them to.
Hey, let's go play some Snoop Doggy Dogg and Tupac Shakur and pick us up some fly bitches with big bookies.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yes, like Hillary.
Yeah, Iris in the morning. In your shorts, 2020 sports.
It's been a long time coming, but it's here now at the MGM Grand, the biggest and the best, to put on an odyssey, so to speak.
Mike Tyson's first fight back is all set. Good morning. Mike Greenwood Sports.
Who was that?
None other than Don King with the announcement yesterday.
Like he was sedated, didn't he? Come on.
Tyson will fight Peter McNeely in Las Vegas on August 19th. Tyson was asked for a prediction.
Just giving our best, and whatever falls upon us, in the name of Allah.
In the name of Allah, from Mike Tyson on August 19th. As for his opponent, Mr. McNeely, he's ready to prove the people wrong.
I know I've been taking a lot of shots in the press, whether I'm ready for this opportunity.
Shots in the press, obviously not the only shots McNeely has taken. Well, the fight will be on pay-per-view, and get this, it's going to cost over $50 to watch it on pay-per-view.
Well, that's fine. I'll pay that.
Of course you will.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Because of people like you that we have to pay $50.
Well, that's fine. We'll see. I might get it on.
NBA playoffs, the Rockets beat the Spurs in bright orange.
You look like a cheese doodle on top.
I don't care if it rains or freezes, as long as I got my plastic Jesus riding on the dashboard of my car. I can go 100 miles an hour, as long as I got the almighty power stuck up there with my pair of fuzzy tires.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Hi, friends. It's the Right Reverend Dr. Billy Saul Hargis, God's other son. Yes, it is true. He has risen to walk among you once again. And now I can hear y'all saying, where the hell have you been, Hargis? And I say unto you, get out of my face, monkey breath. I'm here, you're queer. Get used to it. And now, friends, what's happened since I've been gone? Our nation has turned its back on Jesus. That's what's happened. From the future Pacific Ocean to the squalid jaws of New York City, America has rejected Jesus and lost its way. We have become a society of sideshow suckers wallowing in a sinful abyss of fools, mesmerized by the heathen acts of freaks. O.J. Simpson, Susan Smith, Ty Herndon, Timothy McVeigh, Hugh Grant, the Boys in the Hood, and Judge Kimball Wood. Little dirty mouse on your local radio, and a country of courtrooms filled with pathetic whining nitwits, blaming their murderous behavior on the imagined incidents of their trumped-up, tortured childhood. All at the hands of those who don't know what the hell they're talking about, friends. Yes, we've turned our back on the baby Jesus. We're giving condoms to children, and they still get pregnant. Our solution is to kill the babies. We've elected a president who stands in the Oval Office with his pants around his ankles, pointing an accusing finger at a nation and a Congress with its head up its We abuse our women and violate our children. We watch tens of thousands around the world brutalized and starved to death, while millions of Americans spend billions of dollars sweating to the holy shooby-doo, stuffing their fat butts into Bermuda shorts, worshiping a Nazi mouse at Disney World. Yes, we have lost our way on the road that leads to Jesus. Wait a minute, Hargis. Did you say on the road that leads to Jesus? Yes, I did. Well, I can hear you now saying, Billy, if there's a road that leads to Jesus, how do I get on it? Lord, Billy, I am so ashamed and I am lost. Please lead me back to the baby Jesus. Well, friends, ain't this your lucky day? Because for now and for a limited time and a limited time only, Billy Saul Hargis is offering you the road map that leads to Jesus. You're here, Jesus is there. You've got to get from here to there.
It's a long journey, but it begins as a skinny little chink once observed with but a single step. Or in this case, cash or a credit card, sorry, no checks. Everybody say, now hold on, Jesus, I'm coming. And we should make that leaving shortly. Yes, friends, if you'll write me now, Billy Saul, Hargis, Del Rio, Texas, and order your road map that leads to Jesus, Dr. Hargis will include a holy, blessed picnic basket for your trip, filled with Billy's special delights, barbecued communion wafers, I bet you can't eat just one, Jesus of Nazareth, and of course, one sacred chicken to go, one with a heavenly glow, one that's delicious, one that's religious, so sacred it won't dirty your dishes. Write me, friends, order your road map that leads to Jesus. He's waiting, and yes, folks, the Son of God will leave the light on for you. Say hallelujah, or can I get an amen?
Imus in the morning.
Well, if you're sick of sleeping on that lumpy thing, or if there's a big old wet spot on your mattress.
Oh, no.
Or if it looks like somebody been eating a mayonnaise sandwich there, baby.
God, you're the worst.
You got them love tracks all over your mattress.
I'll roll over like that.
Don't get no fight started there now. Well, you need to over from the Archdiocese with the
left this cup here.
New York lotto number. Good morning, Cardinal O'Connor.
Good morning, God bless. A belated happy birthday, I, Mr. Namarn.
Pardon me?
A belated happy birthday, I, Mr. Namarn.
Thank you very much.
At long last, your age matches your IQ. You have fungus-ridden sleazeball, you be Jesus.
That will be fine.
I saw you walking around the radio station in that cool cowboy hat, I, Mr. Namarn. I thought it was Buddy Epson looking for his teeth, you silly old lizard, you. Hey, man, draw. The winning numbers in the New York State Lottery is as follows.
What are they?
Let me ask you this time, Mr. Marn.
What are the numbers?
Why does an old junkie, an intellectual bimbo like yourself, insist on trying to match wits with the likes of Cokie Roberts and Andy Rooney, bejesus?
I don't know.
Sounds like Meet the Putz. Give it up. It's unfortunate you didn't pass away in rehab, Mr. Marn. I tell you that.
Oh, man.
The only difference between you and Jerry Garcia is that everyone associates the I-Man with keep on sucking, bejesus. You look like you were sticking needles in your face. I tell you that. The Daily Number.
The Cardinal? God.
The Daily Number.
What are they?
250.
All right, 250.
Speaking of bimbos, Mr. Marr.
Yeah.
What's the difference between hockey star Wayne Gretzky and singing pig Courtney Love?
Well, I'm afraid to ask, but...
Wayne Gretzky showers after 3 periods, bejesus. Filthy skank.
Oh, come on, Jesus, God!
Having sex with the likes of a Courtney Love or a Madonna would probably be like Bob Costas putting on one of Shaquille O'Neal's sneakers, if you know what I mean, bejesus.
That will be fine.
I bet me Courtney Love's backside smells like one of O'Neal's dirty sweat socks. He's think you're sick. I tell you that, Mr. Marr. Do it for a number.
God,
4316.
why do we have this?
Let me just say this about that Jewish cabal of Eisner, Katzenberg, Spielberg, and Geffen, bejesus.
Yes.
All now in some way involved with programming on the ABC network, bloody joke, bejesus.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff, the kind of shows you can expect, Mr. Namarn.
Okay, here we go.
All my shekels, bejesus. Matzah, she wrote. Moisey Brown. Bridget Sue's Bernie. Mad about Yehuda. The Wild Wild West Bank, bejesus. Dennis the Mensch. I dream of Jerusalem and Israel's most wanted. I tell you what, Mr. Marr, rump wrangler David Geffen will poison your kids' minds with stuff like homo improvement and happy gays, bejesus.
That'll be fine.
The kids in the hall go to Grace or some damn thing. See cartoon characters like Jiminy Crickstein and Winnie the Jew. Of course, Porky Pig will never see the light of day. The part of stupid TV movies like 3 Weddings and a Bar Mitzvah.
That'll be
Miracle on 47th Street. Like a filter fish named Wanda Schwartz or some damn thing. Hopefully, though, Mr. Marr, these big-leafing thieves will be wise enough to cut Peter Jennings loose from ABC News.
Yeah.
And throw him away like an old foreskin, bejesus, after that disgraceful special on atomic missiles.
That will be fine.
Hey, Peter, I've got a missile right here. It'll explode your mouth, you schmuck, you.
The Cardinal O'Connor.
Wait a minute.
Where is this anger coming from?
The pigtail numbers is as follows.
Very good. Let's get to those.
We're going for the folks in San Jose, Mr. Marr.
Where are the numbers?
What do a cue ball and a Hispanic have in common?
I don't know.
The harder you hit him, the more English you get out of him, Jesus. God bless Proposition 187, Mr. Moore.
That'll be enough.
So win 4 numbers.
Yeah.
Wait.
How about the pick 10?
Well, the pick 10 numbers, Mr. Moore.
Yeah.
Did you hear Johnny Cochran traded in his Cadillac, Mr. Moore?
No.
He now drives a nice Suzuki, be Jesus.
Yeah.
The pick 10 numbers.
I get it.
3, 5, 7, 11, 14, 15, 19, 20, 28, 31, 37, 39, 49, 56, 57, 65, 67, 70, 72, 76.
I'm like the Cardinal got a hold of Don Crickey's joke book, doesn't it?
Which doesn't belong in Y?
Oh, okay, I like this book. Which doesn't belong in Y?
Which doesn't belong in Y? A, columnist Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
B, columnist Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
C, columnist Liz Smith. Which doesn't belong in Y?
Well, I mean, don't go. Let's just not go here.
Which doesn't belong in Y, you dirtbag, you.
I would say Liz Smith.
Wrong, you two-legged bag of push, you be Jesus. Well, all 3 journalists are known for goofy-looking glasses.
Yeah.
And goofy-looking overbites.
Yeah.
And would mercifully never wear a miniskirt.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton doesn't belong because unlike the other 2, Hillary's reason for not wearing a mini is that her testicles hang down too low, be Jesus.
Now, we were fine up to that point.
I don't care if it rains or freezes as long as the Iron Man dies, be Jesus. Move along, you dirtbag, you.
Cardinal O'Connor here on the Iverson in the Morning program is 21. That'll be fine. It's what's the matter?
Nothing.
I know.
Nothing.
Well, we just take it down to this level.
Nobody wants to play rhythm guitar behind Jesus. Everybody wants to be the lead singer in a band. I'm up in the morning.
Does it seem,
Liberals are just like commies, you can't tell them apart. Think they're so progressive when they're all just big bleeding hearts. Tax the hard workers to give money to parasites that they never have to repay. Tell illegal aliens it's quite all right to be on welfare from cradle to grave. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Don't let them start programs for social reform. Be narrow-minded to those who don't conform. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Cause economy crunches with all their free lunches. They're giving the country away. Liberals like government handouts and hidden agendas.
Yeah.
Like dropping trow in hotel rooms with girls of the night. They all feel guilty because they are so privileged and want to give it all up to the hopelessly needy. So if you don't want your young kids being left out, see that they stay to the right. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. They love homos and Negroes and Hebrews and such. They rob from the rich, think that we have too much. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Cause economy crunches with all their free lunches. They're giving the country away. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Don't let them start programs for social reform. Be narrow-minded to those who don't conform. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be liberals. Cause Bubba and Hillary are both prime examples, and they're giving our country away. I'm up in the morning.
But my wife and I, Deidre Coleman, we were out in Los Angeles here about whenever it was for the, I didn't even tell you this, for the, when Robert W. Morgan, the morning man at K-Earth in L.A., was inducted into some bogus Radio Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And about a day or two to kill, so I thought, well, just You know how you always were told, like Senator D'Amato's coming back here tomorrow. Sure, I got that well. I would just drop by the old bar to say, I don't believe it. Well, I don't believe it. And lo and behold, I walk in, and there he sits. So what'd you say to him? I said, hello, darling. Nice to see you. It's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. How's your new love? Are you happy? Hope you're doing fine. Just to know it means so much to me. What's that, darling? How am I doing? Guess I'm doing all right, except I can't sleep and I cry all night till dawn. What I'm trying to say is I love you and I miss you, and I'm so sorry that I did you wrong. Ah, the late Conway Twitty here. I was in a way. That's just stupid. Thanks but no thanks, baby. I've already got more trouble than I need. 17 out the hour here in New York City. Gilbert? Thanks but no thanks, baby. I've already got more trouble than I need. Doesn't get any lamer than this, folks. I don't want no lonely, lustful woman's irate husband after me. Does it seem as though your family's... Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Jets football. Just another beautiful day. I mean, this is as nice a late August as I can ever remember. I mean, we are in just as good a weather, just as a string of days that have just been unbelievable. But we convene the Mike and the Mad Dog program for what will be a very, very busy. We've got a terrific show planned for you today. Sometimes they fall that way, folks. The manager of the Yankees, Buck Showalter, and we know he has been the topic of conversation and will remain that as the Yankees go into Seattle for 4 big games. Some calls. Time's flying by. Buck Showalter at 5, another hour to go with Phil Simms, who will have his number 11 retired. Giants Stadium, Monday night, Labor Day night, when the Giants take on the Cowboys. So an hour to do with Phil, so stay with us right here on the Fan. Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN. Dan Rather from the CBS Evening News is here this morning to fill in for Charles. How great is that? Where did you go to school?
Well, I went to John H. Reagan High School on the outskirts of Houston, the Houston Heights, and then I went to Sam Houston State Teachers College in Huntsville, Texas. I was both on the football and basketball team. Might interest you on the basketball team. I played get back. Most basketball teams don't have this, but you know, when they call timeout and everybody stand up and get around the coach, Coach all looked at me and said, get back on the bench, get back.
Your radio sounds fun in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Do you care if I talk to you during the news? I mean,
No, glad to. You know, I was
it's not like a co-anchor thing. I'm not going to go through that again.
Believe me, I don't want to go through it again either. Believe me. I'll take that to the bank, Coach.
In the morning on the Fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York, WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon, it is 4 o'clock. I'm Joe Tollison.
Get Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. I want a hand, take me by the hand, pretty mama, come and dance with your daddy all night long. I like to hear some funk at Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. Imus in the morning.
Oh, so we're at the concert and it's great, except the beer guy keeps blowing me off.
He's blowing her off.
I wanted to run after him, but I didn't want to miss the next song. Well, I didn't know what to do.
What to do? What to do?
So I chased him out into the hall, and I got a Bud Light.
She got the Bud Light.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I'd say you are very cool. A very cool cat indeed. So, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
That wild card race in the AL. Coleman and Daughtry here for Mike and the dog on the fan. We got a couple hours to go. Joe Tollison up next here at 4 o'clock.
Sports Radio, the fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock. I'm Joe Tollison.
Of their farm system, so no matter where they go this year, we still got all those good kids coming up next year.
Follow the U.S. Open.
I hear you. I tend to sympathize that the players maybe should get a bigger piece, but it's hard to sympathize when they're making that much money. The way he feels, that's fine. Mike Hayes, great hired employee. Steve Summers, another hired employee coming up. Richard Deere, hired employee. Goodbye.
Dan Rather from the CBS Evening News is here this morning to fill in for Charles. How great is that? Where did you go to school?
Well, I went to John H. Reagan High School on the outskirts of Houston, the Houston Heights, and then I went to Sam Houston State Teachers College in Huntsville, Texas. I was both on the football and basketball team. Might interest you in the basketball team. I played get back. Most basketball teams don't have this, but you know, when they call timeout, everybody stand up and get around the coach. Coach will look at me and say, "Get back on the bench. Get back."
Your radio sounds fun in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Do you care if I talk to you during the news? I mean,
No, glad to. You know, I was
it's not like a co-anchor thing. I'm not going to go through that again.
Believe me, I don't want to go through it again either. Believe me. You can take that to the bank, coach.
In the morning on the fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Tollison. Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Mets baseball.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
Well, morning to you, and how you be? 10:05 and 10 seconds on this Saturday morning on the Fan, New York City. Steve Summers here, you there. Mike Hayes and Lisa Johnson on the other side of the glass. 718-937-6666. Number to call as we begin a Saturday schmooze until 1 o'clock, right here on your Fan, New York City. And Lisa Johnson on the other side of the glass, 718-937-6666. As we proceed with a Saturday morning schmooze on your Fan New York City. Joe Tollison with the flash, the update to 2020 coming up on the Fan New York.
Sports Radio, the Fan, WFAN.
It is 12:59 and 45 seconds on this Saturday afternoon on your Fan New York City. Steve Summers here, and you there, Joan Chin and Lisa Johnson on the other side of the glass. 718-937-6666, number to call on a Saturday afternoon schmooze until 2 with Ian Eagle and Ed Coleman on your Fan New York City. Bob Husler coming up, and stick around.
Sports Radio, the Fan, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. This is Bob Husler. This is Bob Husler with 2020 Sports on WFAN, the flagship station for New York Jets football.
Sports Radio 66, the Fan, WFAN, New York.
Well, good afternoon. afternoon to you, and how you be at 1:05 and 45 seconds on this Saturday afternoon on your fan, New York City. Steve Summers here, and you there. Joan Chin and Lisa Johnson on the other side of the glass. 718-937-6666 is the number to call as we proceed for another hour with our Saturday afternoon schmooze until Ian Eagle and Ed Coleman right here and now on your fan, New York City.
If you use common sense, where do you get off going to school with a telephone? I couldn't get a wire hanger when I went to school. These kids got telephones, they got beepers. No wonder the teacher goes, why are your kids stupid? They don't learn. They got that damn beeper. That's why your kids are stupid. Then they got the summer break, winter break, your break, my break. The kids don't go to school. Why is my kid stupid? Because he don't go to school, you jerk. And you mothers and fathers, don't take him on vacation. Leave him in the yard. Let him ferment for a couple of days.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
You met Rob. I love Rob Bartlett. You know something? I've been dying to see this gentleman because everywhere I work, I either bump it, miss him, and
It's not that great.
What do you want me to do? He got the job. You asked me.
But I mean,
I don't have a radio show that I got to turn around and say, I'm appearing on Imus. I got to thank God that Connie Francis is still breathing so I get a job.
In the morning on the fan, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York.
It's one of our favorites. An attractive young man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Pat O'Brien. Good morning, Mr. O'Brien.
You know, I'm comfortable enough with my manhood
Yeah.
to hear you say that again.
How's Linda and Sean?
Linda and Sean are fine, thank you. In fact, Sean and I were riding to school one day not long ago and heard you on KOGO out in San Diego. We turned it on. I said, hey, I'm on finally in Southern California. We turned it on. And I think you called me a moron. You ripped my hair.
Well, I don't know what
I said, Daddy, who's that? I said, it's a friend of mine.
Your radio sounds fun in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the Morning. Good morning, Vic.
Hi, Imus.
Okay, tell me what Pat O'Brien looks like.
He's tall, wears glasses, well-dressed, double-breasted suits a lot.
How's his hair?
Thin on top.
You win the tickets.
All right, Imus.
Hey, Beck, don't come 1 foot near me.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
All right, Josh from Queens won the ticket. WTO AM in Springfield, Missouri is where Charles, that was his first radio job.
Actually, my second. I had one brief one before that.
What the hell was it?
KICK.
Jesus
And then
God.
KWTO. But I want the record to reflect accuracy here, Ivan.
Charles' goofy old grandmother,
Yep. Sweet old lady.
yeah, who is with Wolfman, I guess.
Up howling with the Wolfman.
Yeah. May Kennedy McCord had a radio program on KWTO back in, I guess, the 40s.
Yep. Essentially.
Called Hillbilly Heartbeats.
40s and 50s, probably. Yeah.
And it was a deal where she was on, what, an hour a week?
I think so. Something like that, Ivan.
And she'd, kind of a Garrison Keillor sort of thing.
Yes, it was.
Like Wobegon
Yeah.
runs from Springfield,
Some of that homespun jive, you know what I mean?
and then play an occasional Bob Wells record, I guess.
Probably so.
But maybe it was your grand...
In your shorts, 2020 sports.
Eddie George is back in at tailback. Double tight end set for Ohio State. 1st and 10 from the 12. Hand off George. Vaults over a blocker. Still on his feet at the 5. Fights his way to the goal line and in for the touchdown.
Boston College gets kicked in the Kickoff Classic. Good morning. Captain Mike with sports. Dale Arnold with a call of Ohio State's 38-6 win over the BC Eagles.
Who with sports?
Captain Mike.
Captain Mike?
Yeah. Trying to find out a new little slogan for myself.
The first hour you were Rock Breen.
You didn't like that one?
No. Then you were Ace Breen.
I like that one, but you didn't like that one either.
And now you're Captain Mike.
Worked for you years ago.
Well, yes, but that was 25 years ago, Mike, and it was a different era then.
I think the kids will be hip to it.
I don't think the kids are going to care.
I disagree.
Well, all right.
BC coach Dan Henning was asked what his team needs to do after their thrashing.
We got to play better than we did today.
At least Henning knows what the problem is. BC hoping to bounce back.
Is there any way disbarred and put in jail? Either she or that little lion, bald-headed bastard who's going to be there today lying through his teeth. Bernard Nussbaum. I mean, it's a disgrace. Don't you get outraged by this stuff?
Phone records released by the committee, I-Man, show that Thomas...
Answer me if your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Who the hell does she think we are? Well, I mean, I don't get that. That she's supposed to sit there and try to tell us that she made 17 telephone calls to find out how people were doing.
Well, we know how they were doing. The guy shot himself. How the hell do you think they were doing? And we're supposed to buy that? What do you say on that 15th call? Are you sure you're all right?
In the morning.
Yeah.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Hey, Davis, guess what? It's that time again.
No!
Time to go back to school.
School sucks. I want to stay stupid.
Now, Davis, you have to go to school if you ever want to amount to anything.
Why can't I stay stupid and succeed? You did it.
Education is one of our most valuable resources, one I hang our future on.
School bus windows, our most valuable resource. One I hang moons on.
Surely, Davis, you must find your school days enriching experiences.
Only like when I beat up some paste-eating homo for his lunch money.
You know, I believe that some children of financial need should receive free lunches. But, of course, the Republicans want to get rid of that.
They should get rid of those Ernest Borgnine lunch ladies with the hairnets instead.
What do you expect from people who would classify ketchup as a vegetable?
A couple of those fat lunch ladies can classify as vegetables.
Every child should be entitled to at least one nutritious meal a day. If they're not getting it at home, they should get it at school.
Are you getting it at home?
No, are you talking about food?
No, I'm talking about that vegetable you're married to. What a tomato.
Tomatoes and fruit, Beavis.
Here now, the Iverson Morning Program. Howard Stern. Good morning, Howard.
Beavis and Bob on my side.
Shut up.
Great stuff. Happening show this morning, dude. This one makes the best of Imus.
Shut up.
Could you go into more detail about that lunch you had with the pater? What a great story. Having lunch with some artist in New Mexico, and you bump into some guy from HBO. Wow, what a small world. You just can't make this stuff up. Bet Chuck's hillbilly grandma wish she could have told that one. What a hoot. Talk about white trash. She should have gotten the open tickets. Your show's about as happening as a Barry Manilow concert.
Well.
Have a nice vacation?
Yes.
Great. You and Deirdre running around the reservation. There's a picture for you. The model and the turquoise buffalo totem pole. Wonder what the Indians thought. Hey, what's that beautiful blonde white eyes doing dragging around that piece of driftwood? Great anecdote about you changing the tire on the Jeep. That's good for your image. Shows you're a real man of the people. The millionaire who couldn't find the jack. You obviously had no problem finding the spare tire. It's right there around your waist.
Howard Stern, here, the Iverson Program. Somewhat more amusing than he is in his own program. It's 13 till the hour. Well,
To save my soul, I can't get a date. My baby got a coming through the TV, shooting up the land. My baby loves the Western blues. My baby loves the Western blues. Imus in the morning.
Imus in the morning. 2020 Sports.
Swung on, ground ball, through the left side for base hit, charging is Coleman, rounding third is Sierra. Here's the throw, here's the play, he slides, he's safe. Yankees lead 4-0.
Yankees finally win. Good morning. Dion Breen with sports. Michael K. with a call on WFAN. Now, wait a minute. I like that. Dion Breen. Dion Breen. That appeals to the younger fans. That's where I'm reaching. I love that a lot. It appeals to our African-American listeners. Absolutely. Some of our black listeners. So they get your stamp of approval. I love Dion Breen. Dion Breen. That's it. Of course, we're all big fans of Deion Sanders, so I like that a lot. Dion Breen. Yeah. Yanks losing streak is at 8, thanks in part to the hustle from Ruben Sierra on that play you heard. Sierra says it was nice not to lose for a change.
When you're winning, it's more fun when you lose. Come to the ballpark, you can either be happy, you can either smile, you can talk, you can do nothing. You have to get pressure on yourself all the time, try to win one game. And that's not the way you want to play baseball.
Come on. That's not real. That's not a real guy talking. Come on.
That's not real. That's him. That is Ruben Sierra, loving it in New York. You can just hear it in his voice. Is that queued up again, Lou?
Almost. Yeah.
Let me hear it.
When you're winning, it's more fun when you lose. Come to the ballpark, you can either be happy, you can either smile, you can talk, you can do nothing. You have to get pressure on yourself all the time, try to win one game. And that's not the way you want to play baseball.
Oh, I don't know what, I mean, I don't find anything that amusing about that.
He finds, he said some pretty solid baseball philosophy there as far as I'm concerned. Winning is better, more fun than losing. We can argue with that.
I had to write the Mad Dog Russo, who does an afternoon program here with Mike Francesa, called Mike and the Mad Dog, has got a book he's writing called The World According to Mad Dog.
Come on! No, he does.
Yeah, he does. And he asked me to write the foreword for it, which I wrote. I wrote half of it on the plane going to Albuquerque and the other half coming back. And I just had Charles correct the grammar and straighten the punctuation out, which he's done. And Mad Dog writes, for example, under baseball, Mad Dog writes, pitching and hitting win games.
See? There you go.
As opposed to, say, striking out, I guess. Or in the case of the pitcher David Cohn sitting in the bullpen pounding your butt.
That's fine.
Do we need a book from Mad Dog?
No.
Well, it's not the world according to Mad Dog. It's not race relations or, the war in the Balkans. It's the world of sport.
Okay.
Okay. When's that going to... It's the old bookstore. I have no idea. But he got me to...
Can you read us what you wrote?
No. It's clean, but I just...
Save it for the book.
Save it for the book.
Sure.
Okay. It's about... It's double-spaced, about a page and a half.
That's fine.
It's not a lot. There's no money involved.
Okay. It's enough. It's humorous.
But it's about as much as David Gurnett over Doubleday would like to have now. I just got a notice from one of my lawyers, Richard Blumenthal, that Simon & Schuster has extended the... Did I sign some contract with Simon & Schuster? Did I have some other book due with them?
Not that I'm aware of. Do you?
Well, not that I know of. But now I got a note. I thought it was an extension on the contract with Doubleday, because the book for Doubleday is due in a couple days.
Yeah.
Which is not going to happen, of course.
Well, most of it is in the power book.
But, and now I've been given till January 31st, 1996 to finish this book for Simon & Schuster, and I'm not doing any book for Simon & Schuster. I'm doing a book for Doubleday.
Maybe it was just a misinformation there. Maybe they meant Doubleday.
No, well, no, it was a letter from Simon & Schuster on Simon & Schuster Stationery.
Oh. I don't know. Obviously a mix-up.
Maybe you could write about your run-ins with celebrities like that Great Larry Merchant story. That really was horrible, wasn't it? Yeah. All right, it's 25 after the hour. We'll get back to sports in a second. Anything else going on we got to know about? Plenty. Okay, well, go do that then. Colorado Rockies swept by the Cardinals over the weekend. Rockies outfielder Dante Bichette has tried some new hobbies to get his mind off their recent losing streak.
I picked up a newspaper yesterday. I read 7 headlines.
Bichette said he hopes to read some actual articles in the paper in the very near future. Well, Rockies a game and a half back of the Dodgers. They won last night. Padres just 4 back. They beat the Mets 4-1. Mets outfielder Ryan Thompson says they will not give up.
You just gotta go out there every day and fight. And earn the respect back and continue to battle.
The Mets are still in last. Golf, one of the women's major tournaments. Dumb. The DeMaurier Classic went to Jenny Lidback. Is Jenny Lidback the winner?
I'm very wobbly right now. I felt my legs were going to give out on the last hole.
What a fine pair of legs they are. That'll be fine. That's sports. I'm Dion Breen. Dion Breen here in the Irish White program, 26 after the hour. Ken Meyer, I believe, is the owner, is he?
I believe so.
Of KWTO AM and FM in Springfield, Missouri. And here he is now. Good morning, Mr. Meyer.
How are you this morning?
How are you, baby?
I'm fine.
So Charles said he met with you.
Yes, sir.
And you guys are going to be running the Iverson Morning program.
2 weeks from today, we hope.
Are you ready for the avalanche of complaints you're going to get?
Well, I talked to my lawyer about it, and he says I'm ready.
Here's the thing. You see, the people who are listening to your station now, Mr. Meyer.
Yes.
They like it.
Good.
That's why they're listening. So when you put us on and take off whatever you have on now,
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to say, Jesus, God, Mr. Meyer, what are you doing? Hey, listen, here's why I called.
Yes, sir.
Charles's grandmother